Welcome to greencardguys.tv. You need to know this. Do not give up on your legal status. Many people fail to respond to RFE or file an application before the deadline. This is why we offer a strategy session for 15 minutes at no cost to you. Not everyone qualifies. First, you need to speak with our CARES team. We receive many requests, so we recommend you answer a few questions on our website, greencardguys.com. Our mission is to help people live and work in America legally. Go ahead and subscribe below and follow and share. Talk to you soon. What's up? How are y'all doing? All right, welcome to Green Card Guys TV. My name is John Ting, your host. I practice immigration law in the United States, helping you secure your legal status to live and work in America legally. All right, so I always forget this one app called Instagram, so let me try to join that one. All right, if you have any questions, please drop it in the comment section. All right, take advantage of this time. I try my best to save y'all 3 digits at least, okay? Because you know those pesky lawyers. Every time you want to talk to them, when you're not, well, at least when you're not a client, they always want this just to have you just want a couple minutes, right? So take advantage of that. If you this time period with me, if you have some questions, drop it in the comment section. You are welcome to join as a guest on TikTok right here. I think that little guest button is right there. It has like 2 little people, I guess. On Instagram, I have no idea how you do it. And then if you're on Facebook and YouTube, the best way to do that to join is to email us right there. The email is scrolling down below. And I think we have to set up so you can get the automatic email. All right. So that's kind of similar how we do things at our law firm here at Green Card Guys. We try our best to be as efficient for you to serve you, because if you're wondering, like, what do you mean efficient? Like, you just make it so fast. Like, number one, if you want to schedule a meeting with our team, especially one of the attorneys, you don't have to call in. That's the old school way, calling in. Who calls in to schedule a meeting? Just click the link. Click the link on our email. Okay. We do have a support page for clients, but that's only for clients. So we do hide that one. We only give that to clients later on. All right. So I just got started a little late today because I just got done with an interview at the Houston field office, and so far so good. Okay, even she might have joined the live show right now. So far so good. The officer gave like a green light in a sense, but usually that doesn't happen. Okay. Usually they take their time. They want a supervisor needs to review it, but this one said that they're going to give it to a supervisor today. Okay, let's see. All right, we got some questions already. Thank you so much. Let me answer. Hey, Sharon, how is the station of K1 from Kenya to USA situation? Maybe, is that what you mean? I don't know where you're at. You're like petition wise. Is that stage of your case? Just my answer depends on your situation. Which application currently? Petition stage or later on? Farah Bay, does immigration do background check on both spouses' family members? Usually not, but if you're from a country that's a political adversary, that could be possible. That could be going on in the background, but not to where like family members who are not part of the immigration case to ask them to do biometrics. I have not heard of that, but I have heard of other situations where they would bring back. I had a client actually like last month. What's up, Daniela? Good to see you. Just last month, I went to field office, not in Houston. I can tell you that part. And it was like a professional Q&A, professional interrogation, the second interview for N400. And that client was from a country where it's a political adversary. And it had nothing to do about her. It had to do about the in-laws. So you got to watch out. All right. So if you don't know what you're getting yourself into, it's probably a good idea to talk to the immigration law firm. And especially, so let me know in the comment section if you have a case that you filed. Put the letter P for pending or processing. Put the letter P, and in fact, go ahead and put in the month and year that you filed your case. And what type of application, especially if you'd like me to comment on that. All right, the G, good to see you. All right, now I think we got, all right. Got a guest here, Gabby on TikTok. Hello, Gabby, how are you?
Hello.
Welcome back, I think, right?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks.
I figured out what case I have or okay, so my husband just received his residence through U visa.
Mm-hmm.
So at the time he did petition, he put in his application and everything. We were not married. And we didn't even think like, oh, let's get married before you put it in, because his lawyer never advised him
Mm-hmm.
to put in, because they asked, what do I have? And I said I have DACA at that time. Well, I still have DACA. So they said, okay, that's fine. So they never suggested for us to get married. But now he just received his U visa. And after he received his U visa, after he sent in a petition, his lawyer said that we can file an I-929 for me, to request for me to, get my residence as well through him. Now that we are married, so I'm not sure, because I've kind of like been doing my own investigations. I'm not sure, because some people tell me that I wouldn't be able to qualify because we weren't married at the time he put in his application for all of this process. But then the lawyer's saying that I can, so we did that part. So now I'm waiting. So
yeah, anytime. Thank you for your trust, even though you already have a lawyer. You want a lot of people here sometimes with like a second, third opinion. All good. Anytime a client, this is why at least on YouTube and Facebook, I'm able to share my screen. Unfortunately, I can't do that on TikTok. But if you still want to verify with your attorney, I think it's proper. We don't mind if someone asks like, "Hey, can you show me the proof?" We take no hard feelings for us. So we don't get, at least we don't get frustrated. So, but you already filed it, right? At least 929.
Yes, he already. So it's been maybe 2 years almost that he put in a petition. So he said that it goes. I have to get approved first, and then we put in a petition for the green card.
Yeah.
For the I-29. 929.
Yeah, 929. Let me see if that's actually on the processing time website. Have you seen that before? Processing time, what? USCIS. Okay.
He told me, since he just received it maybe about a month ago now. He told me, he gave me an update on my case, and he said that to reach back out next year, because he said most likely in 2027 I'll get a response, whether approved or denied. And I'm not sure, because some people are saying that if you didn't apply when he put in a petition, then most likely you wouldn't get any benefits because you guys weren't married. If I recall, if I've had clients in your situation, we've been able to get people like yourself status. Actually, this U visa situation with family, when you got married, after, during, there's a lot of different scenarios. So it's not like a quick yes. You know what I mean? It's there's explanation on that. So you filed yours 2 years ago or this year? Yes. No, 2 years ago.
Oh, okay.
When he put in his application for the green card, after they sent his application, then I got sent my
Right. Okay.
application for the
the U visa part takes the longest, at least like 5 years.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, 929. I'm looking right now. They're only processed at the Vermont Service Center for you, and that currently shows 32.5 months. So, but hopefully yours could be a little sooner, but you're almost there, I guess. You're at 24 months, so quote unquote 8 months away.
Yeah.
Not that this is not completely accurate, but it gives you an idea.
Yeah.
Okay. But thanks for following and asking questions. We'd love to help. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. All right. So, hey, Amity Sound, where are you at? Where are you at? Congratulations, Amity Sound. I am always so happy when clients are here on the channels. And so if you do have time, you can join and tell us the good news for the community here. All right, let's see. Look, I don't know what's up with Instagram. Look, we don't know what's going on, what's going to happen. I can't predict the future about this app right here, that you do this tapping thing. But if you can hop on after this live show, unless you have another phone or a computer or something, if you don't mind following on Instagram, I know some of us don't like this one. I got my other phone right here, but if you could follow me on Instagram also, Green Card Guys, I really appreciate that. Okay. Let's see here. Got some questions. Okay, great. Amity Sound. See you in 30 minutes then. I should be here for another 30 to 45. My biggest thing today was a client interview at the Houston field office. It went great. It was about, I can't share too much right now because I don't like to say anything until we get the approval notice in the mail and my client gets the resident card in their hands. Okay. But I can say, anyone want to guess how long the interview took? No, there's no ICE agents. I didn't see any in the presence. I didn't see any ICE vehicles. Okay. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Okay. But why did it only take 10 minutes? Number one, the I-130 was already approved, fortunately, and they were able to approve it without an interview. This doesn't happen for every case. And when they approved the I-130, what is that a sign of? That's a sign that they believe the marriage is legit. Okay. So even though they believe it's legit, bona fide, this is the words we use, immigration, we still bring supplemental evidence. So they scanned it in. Look, my client brought they didn't bring the photo album, but they printed out. So what we do is we do like a photo collage, right? I have a team member does that. But this client brought, each page was a huge picture. So bless their hearts. I guess they really wanted to show off their face. But we had they had 30 pages of it. So the officer's like, yeah, we're gonna take maybe half. So yeah, it took about 10 minutes. What I can share is that it's probably a similar situation as maybe some of y'all needed the J1 waiver. In this situation, we did no objection. So that took some time. So anyone has questions about that, you're welcome to ask. Let's see here. If you filed your case, put the letter P in the comments, the month and year. I'll try my best to get to your comment and share some insights. Also, let's take it another step though. If you have filed it, but you think it's stuck or it's delayed, let me know in the comments, okay? Let me know. I feel like I'm too loud. I have other team members here at the office. I might need to tone it down. Okay. All right. Some insights about that in general. How you guys like my background now? I know. Sorry. Only on YouTube you could see it correctly. But on TikTok, it's my second day doing this. Cut me some slack. Okay. I'll have to talk to my team about this after. Okay. So we got questions here. Looks like y'all can hear me okay on each platform. The G said, you got your green card back 5 days ago. Absolutely. The things we can do, at least some kind of peace of mind to share insights, because you might not be the only one going through a situation like the G was waiting for her resident card. She already got approved, just literally waiting for the card. And some people have to wait months. There's no rhyme or reason. It's not your fault. If it's anyone's fault in this situation, it's the government. Okay. Sometimes they're hella slow. And when they are slow, especially if the actual application is still pending, there are ways to get it moving. We gotta move it. It's like you tell your spouse, hey, put some gas on that. Okay. Come on now, we can do the same thing with immigration case. Like now, look though, if you filed your case like last month, 2 months ago, 3 months ago, we're not going to file a lawsuit against USCIS or State Department. It just depends on your situation. But look, if you think your case has been delayed or stuck, put the letter S in the comments for stuck in the month and year you filed it. All right, now let me go back up. So, y'all, I can talk all day. If I know there was one time I did a live show, I think like 4 or 5 hours when Biden was announcing the marriage pro in place. I don't think I got the energy to do that today, but take advantage of this opportunity. Ask a question. Don't be shy. I don't charge y'all anything. I just ask for a couple taps and a follow and click the plus sign for notifications. All right, because I truly don't know exactly what time to go live. Just when I get a chance, okay? So let's see. By the way, especially if you're new here, you probably don't know this. Try your best to not copy and paste your question, because it really, in TikTok at least, it drags it all the way down. And then I have to take the time to scroll all the way back up, because I do try to be considerate and answer every question. All right, Christy, your question probably was about 10 minutes ago. Hello, sir. Would it be possible to renew LPR with the old DWI misdemeanor 8 years ago? Yes, it is possible. We've been able to renew residency, also help that person, other clients, even with a DWI, become a citizen and N400 application. The key thing about that, so for yours, you said it was 8 years ago. We want at least, depending on if you got status through marriage or whatnot, it's either the 3-year rule or 5-year rule. So 3 or 5 years of the good moral character period. So if anyone is considering becoming a citizen, you do want to consider that time period. And what we do is, like, let's say you're like, hey, today, you know what? I want to apply to become a citizen. Then you need to think about tracing back time. We use this website called Time and Date for accurate date calculation, timeanddate.com. I've not been sponsored by them, but it's been a great tool for us. So you just trace back, like, let's say 5 years, 5 times 365 days, and then trace back to see, like, okay, when you're on probation, is there any overlap of probation time? So you want to avoid any overlap. It has to be, quote unquote, like squeaky clean time period. All right. West Hug, write us on YouTube. You got an I-130 or I-130 with criminal records being approved. Now, in general, it depends on the crime, okay, or the record in that sense. But if you are a U.S. citizen, they only care about, generally speaking, any crimes about U.S. citizens, crimes related to children. It's called the Adam Walsh Act. You might need to know. Okay, use our Sif on TikTok. Sorry, I mispronounced y'all's names or usernames. 169 days ago, you received your RFE, but no update yet. Okay, yeah, that's quite a while. Was that almost 5 months, almost 6 months? So we can't file a lawsuit based on that only. We still also need to know your file date, receipt date. Let's say your whichever application you filed. So if it's for 45, I-130, then we wait at least 15 months before we file a lawsuit. Now, some of you might be wondering, like, does a lawsuit work, like suing the government? Hell yeah, it does. Look, even for N400 application, if you had your interview, you wait at least 120 days, which I think yesterday someone mentioned that. The USCIS policy manual actually says after 120 days, we can sue the government, okay? It's expected. It's expected. U.S. attorneys know this. U.S. attorneys I talk to, they understand that there are delays with immigration cases, and they don't like it, but they just do what they need to do to help us out, okay? As far as my experience, there's no animosity, okay? Let's see here. But if you have questions about that and you're wondering, you just want like more information, let me see if we can pull this up. There you go. On my website, and also the link below has has a, what do you call that? The link to this free guide, that complimentary guide about mandamus. So on YouTube, it'll be this. On TikTok, it'll be this. And I don't know what it looks like on Instagram. I think you have to do something similar like that, okay? Amanda, you filed it in January 8th this year. Okay. I'm assuming 485, so only a few months ago. Not too bad. And y'all, you never know. Like we filed some cases late last year, 2024, and we just got scheduled a couple interviews this month, Miss May 1st. Happy May. So if you're just joining for the first time today, welcome. My name is John Ting. If you've been here for at least a minute, dude, I'm dropping gems left and right. If you have been here for at least a minute and you have not clicked follow on your respective channel or subscribe, go ahead and do that, and then click the bell. Even if you filed your case by yourself, even if you have a lawyer, it's all good, because you never know, especially if you don't have a lawyer now. You never know when you need one in the future. Here's 4 scenarios. I'll try to do it quickly. 4 scenarios where you might need one. You get a request for evidence, RFE, request for evidence in mail. You have 87 days or less to file a reply. And some people that contact us, they forgot to file one. There might be a chance to take care of business for y'all, but don't wait, okay? So you got to save my information. You never know when you might need one. Need an attorney. Second situation, you get a notice of intent to deny, NOID. Notice of intent to deny, and you get 30 days or less to reply to that. And you might be, what the hell is that, John? The government is telling you they are leaning towards denying your application. Okay? But you get this one shot. I like to call it the one shot, one opportunity where you can change your minds. Unfortunately, knock on wood, someone might think it's knocking at the door. Knock on wood, everyone that has contacted us to help with that. Of course, we need some time. We need more than a week. Some people calling us like a week or less. We can't do anything with that. But if you let us know more than a week in advance, we can help you out. Fortunately, we've been overturning USCIS thoughts on that and getting it approved. Now, third situation is if you get denied, all right? Of course, you got less than 30 days to do something from the time of denial. And then the fourth situation is if your case is delayed or stuck. We can help you out. Amanda, I see, Amanda, your question above, you haven't heard anything yet? Did you get the receipt notice at least? No, that's crazy. If you file your case and it's been at least 4 or 5 weeks and you haven't received an envelope in the mail, okay, you might have a online account, but they have to give you like access, a code to do it online anyway. But if you don't have it at all in the mail, 4 or 5 weeks after, maybe it's got to 2 months, Amanda, I don't know if that's your exact situation, but make sure that it's been delivered. And some of y'all have said it's been delivered, okay? But you might want to call in. I don't know why, but sometimes the USCIS mail room, it's like the tier 1 customer service. They might know situations about it. But that's why for us, when we mail something, FedEx or UPS, we already put the tracking number in our system so that we get the email notification, because we know clients have heard some bad negative stories about the delivery. Hey, Mr. Grinch, rewards loyalty. You want to tell me your judge granted the case to dismiss it, right? I think that's what the situation was. Congratulations to you. Thank you so much. There's a lot of y'all that come ask me a question, maybe could have been a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago. If you get any news, please share with us. Of course, no obligation, but thanks so much. You had, okay, I think I remember your situation a little bit more. You had to call the court. Your lawyer did it. You spoke to the judge's clerk. Let's give this person a round. Let's give Mr. Grinch a round of applause. Taking action for your own case. Wonderful. And that's the thing, y'all. That's the thing. This is what I'm trying to say, overall. Even if you have a lawyer, no offense to other lawyers that I know, of course. I know a lot of great lawyers. But there are some lawyers out there. They are not proactive. Look, y'all didn't pay a lawyer to fill out forms for y'all. It's more than that, okay? It's to be strategic, proactive, and give a shit. Okay, that's what we do here at Green Card Guys. In case you couldn't tell already. So all amazing rewards, loyalty. Congrats to you. Glad to hear it. But now you got to do the next step. Thanks, Riz Hyder. I had a USCIS interview. All right, let me scroll back up. By the way, if you're joining on TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, if you don't mind following our channel, Green Card Guys, on Instagram, we need a little bit more love over there. Okay, Inad Nemat on TikTok, you're waiting for the green card and it's taking so long. Is that normal? You've been here for 2.5 months. Okay, so I think you came through consular processing. So I think that was similar to the G on YouTube. That unfortunately, yeah, there's no inquiry box that I'm aware of. But you're not, for better or worse, you're not the only one that's been probably waiting 2.5 months. It's a slow ass process. It's annoying. But keep in mind that does not mean you're not a resident. So keep track about when. Thank you. Join my team on TikTok. Keep track of timing when you can become a U.S. citizen. Okay. Here's the other thing, y'all. Okay. I really try to save y'all. Here we go. I really try to save y'all money because when you do have a question for a lawyer, you don't know who to go to. Okay. Let's say you search Google or something, right? You usually have to pay a 3-digit fee. I think mine are, sorry, on TikTok and Instagram, it is backwards. You usually have to pay a 3-digit fee. But, obviously, if it's more in depth, then definitely schedule a meeting directly with one of our attorneys. Could be one of my associates or myself. But the thing is, if you know you need to take action, file your case, then during the live show, these ladies right here are client care specialists. They're not attorneys. I'm being upfront with you. They're not attorneys, okay? They will help you to verify if you're eligible. Once you share some information, if you answer our form, our attorneys review it. I review it sometimes. This amount, we save you 3 digits during the live show. If you schedule the meeting, okay, or you call in, we'll help you out. Let's see here. All right, Choco Flan, glad to hear. Let's see here. Where are y'all watching from, by the way? Where are y'all located? Just a state is fine if you don't want to share the city either. I'm just kind of curious how far the channel has reached, how the algorithm works. If anyone's an expert in this stuff, please let me know. DM me. Okay. All right, I'm just scrolling. See, that's what I'm telling you. I have to scroll on TikTok. I wish it was like a lever, make it easier for me. Okay. All right, Debz806. How is the F1 visa process for family category? How is? Where are you at? Where are you located now? Like in terms of the process, are you at still a petition pending? And here's why I ask, because for example, I need to add more slides. There's just so much information I want to share with y'all. So this is the I-130, but this is only for, this is not the F1, this is the F2A, which I guess the good thing, I don't have to move. This thing rolls, okay? I'll see it now? Okay. Okay. I think we got it. Okay. Almost. So here we go. Well, education time. This is the main thing. Permanent resident filing for a spouse, a parent, or a child under 21. It does not have processing times anymore. It used to show back in September 2024, last year. Yes, this is how often I check. I memorized it. It used to say like 24 months. Now it says see notes. They don't want you to know. Okay. So F1, petition based on F1. This is the first step, is a petition. Second step is you got to rely on the visa bulletin. All right. And so that's why it says see notes. because underneath the one we didn't copy and paste here or screenshot, it says for family preference cases, they're not going to give you a decision on a petition until your prior date shows up on the visa bulletin. That's not good, especially for people who are in America. So long story short, if the immigrant beneficiary is here in America and either enter we call EWI, entry without inspection, or overstay a visa, and you're sponsored by a resident, you need a waiver. So this is taking too long if you need to file a waiver. You can't file a waiver until after a petition is approved. I just dropped a gem right there. That is worth right there a couple G's right there, because a lot of people have waited too long and they could have done something earlier. All right. And then petition whether someone, the beneficiary, immigrant beneficiary is outside America, is taking about, our experience is not 17 months. When sponsored by a citizen, it's about 12 months, but they have 17 months here. I guess and one of the reasons why they have it like this, I might damage this TV. One of the reasons they have it like this is where it may seem a little longer than usual is because they want to slow down your ability to submit an inquiry. Okay, I know it's frustrating. Let's see. Thank you so much for your questions. If any, all right, Shay Strong, you're watching from Arizona. Motomami, Florida, original toy, Florida. Okay, great. Riz, how is Kansas to file for immigration adjustment through marriage? Why are you asking, Riz? I thought you're in Mars. All right, let's see here. All right, does anyone want to join as a guest? Y'all a little shy today. Sorry, it's taking me longer to answer your question here because. Okay, Secret, you filed it, your petition I-130 in July last year. Is the immigrant beneficiary in America or not? And I'm assuming outside America if you only file the I-130. Clary Ben, your green card is taking time to arrive, CR1. When did you arrive to America? Luis M, 2589. You're asking my predictions for F1 June visa bulletin. I'm not sure right now, but I did create a chart, or my team created a chart about the May bulletin, and I just haven't had time to record about it, but I need to do that. But the May bulletin was good for, I think it was the F4 category. It was it jumped several months. LAL 00099. What do I expect going into interview with your spouse with immigration? There's a lot to expect. It's hard to describe all in one. And the advice is customized. We have a set advice for everyone, right? But there's also a portion of it is customized depending on the facts of your situation. Like some people could be living together, some people might not be living together, some people could be, they just do the expenses and bills differently. So sometimes, look, fortunately, majority of the time I'm at the interview or one of my associates at the interview, it's worked out great. Okay. The times where it doesn't work out great and when our attorneys are there, it's when the client has lied to us. In lying, you're in a relationship, you got a Pookie Bear, you got a partner. Your partner would probably tell you, if you don't disclose something to your attorney, if you don't disclose something to your partner, that is also considered lying. That is misrepresentation. Okay, officially we call it omission. That is lying. So if you have an attorney, because you want peace of mind, you should tell the truth, okay? Unless it's a fake marriage, of course, and that's different. MC, you filed at 131, and you got the receipt January 20th this year or January 2020? I'm sure it couldn't be that long for that one. And are you waiting for residency also, or you're okay, Ronald, you filed 7 years ago, and you later married a U.S. citizen, then later withdrew the asylum application. Can you travel to your home country? No more fears back home. Look, if you don't have fears anymore and you got residency now, then you do you. But I can't. I'm an attorney. I can't tell you in that situation like, oh, it's safe. But when you return, you got to expect that the customs officer might have information about your prior asylum application, and don't get tripped up, because the key thing is that if you filed for asylum and later withdrew it for any particular reason, that you want to make sure that you don't somehow confess on accident that you didn't have that fear at the time that you applied for the 589. You don't want them to catch you in some kind of situation that they think that you could have lied to them. Okay. That's how they get you. You might be thrown off. We're here to prepare you so you don't get thrown off. All right, Moha, let's get Moha on TikTok here. Lloyd, it's this one right here.
Hello.
Hello, Moha. How can I help you?
I have a question regarding the financial sponsor. So me and my wife, we applied both form 485 and I-130 in 2023, just last year on November. And at that time, my wife is a citizen, so I submitted her taxes for 2023 and 2022, 2021. So on 2024, she didn't make enough money. Both of us, we filed jointly, but we only made like 44,000 for jointly. Do we need a sponsor for that or no? Because she only made 10,000 on 2024.
And you already filed your case, right? Last year or something?
Okay, yes, I filed. When I filed my case last year, it was 2024. Yeah. I only submitted for 2023. She made enough money, 52,000.
And she is the sponsor, your wife?
Yes, she's a petitioner.
Okay, and then what's your household size? You got any kiddos in the home or other people?
No, we don't. Just two of us.
So she made in 2024. She made about at least 40,000, like herself.
No, she only made 10,000 because she went to school, and I made 30 something. So we for joint, we made like 44,000.
Do you have your work permit for most of last year?
Yes, I do have my work permit from my asylum case, which is still pending.
Oh, okay. Oh, from your asylum case. So you've had it for a while then. Then it's arguable that you can use your income. Okay. It's arguable that you can use your income if you want to make sure. It sounds like you're still waiting on the interview, possibly.
Yes.
Okay. If you want to make sure, you can email us for a complimentary guide about the 864. What I'm trying to say is, like, did you get an RFE on it, request for evidence, or you're just curious to verify? Okay.
Who was like?
All right, sounds good. So email us and just put like the subject line 864 guide or something, and my team will know what to do. Okay. All right, and we'll walk. Hopefully the guide will help you out.
I will do that.
All right, take care. All right. So see,
thank you.
You're welcome. So you see, like, look, I mean, I feel bad to charge 3 digits for a short question. Like sometimes your question really truly is quick. Sometimes my answer can be short, but usually quite long. So I apologize for anyone who's been waiting on the live show as a guest. All right. By the way, if anyone's wondering, because usually people ask, we're located in Houston, Texas. We do accept clients from anywhere you live. Could be Greenland, could be Alaska. I haven't gone to Alaska field office yet, but I'm happy to go wherever you need me to go, or my team. Okay, let's get Nika, and then ALH is on deck. Angie, good to see you. Sorry, I called you when you were sleeping. Hey, Nika, how you doing?
Okay, I'm Anika. I live in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
My mom filed a I-130 petition for me. I'm over 21 from October 2020. So she's a citizen. At the time when she filed the paper, she was a permanent resident.
Mm-hmm.
But she now has her citizenship. How long before will we hear anything? Because we get the receipt number, anything.
So yeah, the petition's still pending.
Yeah.
Is that what
We
you
don't
mean?
hear anything from October.
October 2020 is what you filed it?
Yeah,
And-
October 26, 2020.
Okay, and you're over 21, I'm assuming?
Yes,
Are you married or single?
single.
Okay, so I'm just looking at the visa bulletin. Have you heard about the visa bulletin?
No, I'm not sure about that one.
No, you haven't heard about it before? Okay, so, and now your mom's a citizen. Okay, so the best thing to do, I know it seems strange to say, according to the chart, is to remain single, at least legally single. Because of here, if you're going to get married, then it'll bump it to married. And that's like right now, currently it's a 5-year difference. So don't let your future spouse hold you back, basically. Sounds weird to say. But okay, so they're working on cases around July 2016. Okay, that's for the F2B, but now your mom's a citizen. They're working on cases March 2016. So every month, the visa bulletin updates. This is by the Department of State. I think you say you're not familiar with it, so email us, and then we'll send you that information, okay?
Okay.
So if you go to you're on TikTok, so if you go to this profile, click on the link, okay? Then right here, there's a little email icon, okay? And ask for that guide. Just call it like visa bulletin guide or something like that, okay? Or video. My team will send you something. It might take us a day or so, but we'll send you something, okay?
Sure.
All right. Wish you the best. Well, sorry. Well, there's more to explain, but essentially you got to wait right now about, you said 2020, about 4 more years. So there's something at least every 6 months you want to put in your Google Calendar or whatever you use to check this visa bulletin.
Because when I checked like the case status online, it said when I can get an inquiry about it, and it said May 2025, I can start asking questions about it. About the case.
2025. Okay, for the petition though, that's just step number 1. So at this point, your mom filed in 2020. So that's the thing. Do you have any children?
Yes.
Okay, so
But the children is not on it because a lawyer advised her not to put the kids on it yet until my papers come through.
yeah, that's okay. You can add the children later. There's another application like much later in the time. So let's see. You could file a lawsuit on the pending petition because it's taking so long, but at the same time, since you are outside America, you're in Jamaica, there's really no rush to get that petition approved sooner. So look, I'm actually trying to save you several $1,000s, and because even if you get the petition approved now, there's nothing you could do. You're just kind of sitting and waiting for the visa bulletin. Next time I'll get this linked up, but so you know what I'm looking at or talking about. Okay, so for now, just email us for that information or that video about the visa bulletin.
Okay.
And then we'll go from there, okay?
Sure.
All righty. Good luck. Take care. Now, some of y'all might be like, that's weird, John. You're discouraging someone to do something because there's nothing to do. Yes, usually I would say, let's take action. Let's do something. But truly, in this situation, you can't really do anything. There's no point to file mandamus. Look, I love suing the government. Don't get me wrong. But there's no sense in that right now. Okay, depends on the situation. And so that's what I mean. Sometimes you gotta schedule a meeting or join a live show. So you got a homie, you got a friend, you got a coworker that has an immigration question or a case. Maybe you don't know they have a question, right? Because they don't talk to you about it. It's personal. I get it. Just be like, yo, share the channel with them. I really appreciate that. Thank you, everyone who's vulnerable to ask a question. Put it out there on the chat box here. But if you want to, especially you want to kind of walk through a couple of things, you're welcome to join live. Jason, how much time to replace the lost green card? A hell of a long time. It can take at least 24 months. And that's the weird thing. That Staples commercial with the easy button or whatever? You would think if you want to replace your card or misplaced card, there should be easy button for the I-90. No. USCIS loves to make it difficult for y'all. Riz, what was your question? The Kansas question? I don't particularly know specifically how it is in Kansas, if that was what you're referring to. Oh, I don't. Yeah, because some cities, like, I don't know, like, the specific trends, if you're wondering, like, oh, how is it in one city or other? So far, anytime I've gone somewhere else, it's generally fine. No issues per se. In my experience, my own personal experience. All right, to answer Debsy806, you saw 12 months, then changed to 36 months. So that's you're likely referring to your online account when you type in your username, password, whatnot, or email and password. That is not accurate. Sometimes it is told people, some of y'all have shared with us that it would say expect the decision in 3 weeks. And then next week it'll change to 18 months or something ridiculous. It is not accurate. Look, the government is so slow in general that I don't even know why they have that system. Anytime I've called the 1-800 number with USCIS and I ask about a client's case, then I said, let me just throw in this one question. Why is it this online account that attorneys don't have access to, by the way? Only you guys see it. Don't give your attorney a hard time. How come you didn't know about this? They don't fucking give us access to it. So, you know what I mean? It's ridiculous. So on that note, I just signed up for a program so I could get better access, but it's not through the government. And by the way, sometimes applicants like yourself receive the notice in the mail for some reason 1 day before we do. I don't know why it is. On YouTube, we got your question: how much for first time consultation? The consultation price is the same every time, even if you want 2 or 3, 4 or 5. But usually you don't need that many. At that point, you would. So here is a client care specialist. These ladies right here would help you. You share information. Please share information. We do appreciate everyone's trust that you want to speak directly to an attorney, but to speak directly to an attorney, it's these 3 digits, okay? It depends on the situation. Default is virtual, but hey, you want to come to the office in Houston? You coming down from Alaska, from Cali? Come on down. We got some good grub over here in Houston. It's very diverse here, okay? It's actually more diverse than New York. Someone want to fight me on that? Because in New York, by the way, it's segregated. It's isolated. That's my 2 cents about that, okay? Let's see. Thank you so much for everyone's trust to ask a question. Oh boy, God, I gotta eat lunch soon. Did you guys eat lunch yet? I hope so, because y'all don't have to talk. Tony, I got this thing out here, but I need to raise it up. Maybe I'll just put something, a little ledge right here says best boss. Is that what it said? Best boss? I didn't, you know what? I didn't get that yet. It was my birthday recently. My team gave me something else, and I appreciate that. Okay, someone named Who I'm 188. Tony, by the way, what do you think about the setup? I'm trying to get a little more technology advanced here. I got this idea from another TikToker. But he had something where they could flip the TV, like turn it sideways, which is what I prefer because I have to like back up everything. Alrighty, let's see here. Denny Boy, why I-130 have interview in USA while doing consular processing? Okay, so Denny Boy, that are you a client, by the way? Denny? That name sounds familiar. So usually it's because there could be a removal case, active or admin closed, or it could have, the court case could have already been dismissed. Could have already been dismissed, and by the time that USCIS gets to it for an interview, it's like lodged in their system that there's a removal case, so they just schedule it. So not a bad thing. We actually kind of prefer it because we want to get it. Look, when we have an interview, I know a lot of y'all prefer to have the interview waived, but look, when we go up there, we prepare y'all, we get the shit done correctly. Okay, excuse my French, but we can more easily persuade USCIS officer that you're in a bona fide relationship. Okay. Casa, okay, there we go. Who I'm 188. I meant to answer your question earlier. If you are married to a U.S. citizen and leave, could your husband still file for you? Yes, but if you're already here and your spouse is a citizen, why are you considering to leave? So, okay, let's see here. Because you've already, so that one, who I'm, you know what? Can I get you on? Let's see if I can get. Now, if you don't want to join, you can decline it, I think. But let me try to get you on who I'm 888, if I can find your name here to invite. I can't find your name. Maybe you're not even here anymore. Oh, Riz, you left and came back. I hope you heard it. Yeah. Oh, yes. Thank you for your wishes. Yes, I did answer your question, Riz. I don't know exactly how it is in Kansas, but I do know. Last case we had in Kansas, we sent the RFE. They alleged they didn't receive it. They denied it the next day after the deadline or something, and then we got in touch with our liaison with our association, and they were able to reopen it and approve it that same day they reopened it. So that's why it's good to have an attorney, a legal team that is at least a part of the association. And one of the main ones is American Immigration Lawyers Association. Because just like you want the support from our team here at Green Card Guys, we also need the support of an association. It's not a union, but it's because it's not related to employment, but they do provide contacts with the federal government where we can get shit done for you. Okay. It's not like so they got anyway, let me get the next question. It could be lagging. Y'all on TikTok, is it lagging for you? Or it could be your internet. Maybe that's why the AT&T people are saying that I need to get fiber. I don't know. I got like full signal here on all my devices. Okay. Sometimes I ask a team member to watch the live show so they can learn too. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what I can do. I guess I need to get fiber for the TikTok app, I guess. All right, let's see. Riz, do you live in Kansas? Let's see here. Who? Josephine Moffat, 6. How much money a couple has to be making so as to not need an affidavit of support? So you still need to file the affidavit of support. Typically, it's the sponsor. Okay, 99% time is not the immigrant spouse unless you had a work permit from other means, like someone earlier, I think Moha or something said he got it from asylum case. It also depends on some considerations are how many dependents you have, like if essentially, do you have anyone else living in the home? But if it's spouse and spouse, 2 people, then I actually still have it up. The 864P, if you just Google that, if the sponsor is not in active duty military, then it is right now this year 26,437 for the what they call minimum poverty guidelines. Okay, I hope that helps. I do have a video about that on YouTube a few years ago. I probably need to update it now. There's a lot of videos I need to record. Sorry for the delay. But look, y'all, I'll try my best, but we are getting scheduled a lot of interviews. We love the interviews. We love to prepare our clients, get the legal stats for y'all. Okay. But I think already in May, we have about six interviews scheduled. So I will definitely update y'all, let you know how it goes. Oh, Riz, the girl's from Kansas. Riz, how long you been talking to this girl? I'm just joking. You don't have to answer that. All right. Look, if you have, some of y'all are new on the channel right now. If you have filed your case, let me know. Put the letter P in the comments. Maybe you put in the month and year that you filed it, and I can give you some insights on if it's delayed or not. Okay. By the way, so today's interview is supposed to be at 2:00 today, but I already said I already had the interview. They called my client about 2 days ago. So there are times that you might think like, is this a scam or not? It's natural to think that. You just let us know. Like if you're a client, you let us know. We verify that. But there are times that they will call. They essentially called my client to say, like, they usually would call us. So that was weird. But they called the client to ask us to show up earlier, which is great. I'd love to knock it out. It's a great start to the day. Earlier the better. Chantel Experience, is that your other username? You got 2 users names on this thing? Thanks for sharing the live show. All right. So if you're new, you're welcome to, or if you just hopped on the channel, you probably don't know this. You're welcome to join as a guest. You don't have to be shy. You're welcome to ask a question. I really try to save you all 3 digits here. Casablanca09 on TikTok. Do I think it's possible for a spouse incarcerated in Texas to sponsor a spouse visa? You're married. So you're saying the incarcerated person is the U.S. citizen, for example? Yeah, it's possible. They generally, USCIS does not care about crimes about the U.S. citizen unless it's about crimes against children. That's a big no-no. Okay. Let's see, but yeah, it's possible. We've, at least with immigration detention, we've had to help someone like get the chaplain, go to the detention center. So it is possible. It is kind of a challenge sometimes. I remember at the detention center, it's not like you could just pick up the phone and call a chaplain like, yo, bro, can you get here on this date? Like we had to coordinate with the detention center. It was just like, I just wish I had a direct line with the chaplain. like a three-way call. That would be a lot better. So it will require some coordination. All right. Tina filed the case April 15, 2024. So was that a 485, Tina? So that's a little over a year ago. Okay, not horrible. Damn, Riz. You said it's lagging. Maybe I need to move around. Spousal visa. So Tina, does that mean only I-130? Okay, we got someone that wants to join. Politics Watch. Oh, I need to watch your channel too then. Okay, processing in. Politics Watch, what's going on?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How can I help you?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
For VAWA, is that something that you do?
Yes, we help with that. How can I help you?
Yes. So, in the event that someone's filed a VAWA, it was filed December of last year. The person is a green card holder, so only the I-360 was filed. I received a notice that they received the application, and I also received a prima facie. But
Okay.
I'm a bit hesitant because I didn't receive anything for biometric. Is that something to be concerned about?
For I-360 only, no, not necessarily. But how long ago did you file it?
December last year.
Oh, last year? No, that's okay. Where is your case located?
In Maryland.
Okay. Usually the I-360 is biometrics is triggered because of work permit application, the 765 or the 485 because of adjustment of status. So no, it's okay that you haven't. All you filed was I-360. So you did the right thing in that sense. It's the correct expectation.
When I filed, I received the notice within 2 weeks that they received it.
Oh,
And
wow.
then
That's
about
great.
a month after, or a month and a half, I received the prima facie.
Oh, wow.
Which was a little bit quick. But
Yes.
I was also expecting to get something for biometric because I know they will do a background check.
Yeah, that's
And,
usually,
I also checked the bulletin, and I'm not too far from being able to file the adjustment. But I was just concerned that I didn't get a biometric appointment.
Yeah, you're okay in that. That's only triggered when it's the 765 work permit application or the 485. So when you're ready to file those two applications, then you'll get the biometrics letter for the fingerprinting.
Okay.
There's a certain workflow.
And
They don't want to over duplicate efforts, essentially.
Awesome. And finally, it won't be a problem if I'm still with the individual.
There's no requirement to get divorced. Are you living in the same home still?
Yes.
Okay. I imagine it to be a difficult situation for you. You just have to find the right time to make the move.
Yes, I wanted everything to come through at least until I get the work permit before I move.
So do you have an attorney? Not that you needed one, just
I don't.
Because
I don't. I was not able to afford one, but I did a consultation with one before. She recommend that I get some therapy report. I did that. I submitted a lot of documents. It's almost a 4-pound document that I submitted.
Okay, that could be good. All right. Well, it's because of certain applications, especially if you live together still with your ex. I'm assuming you don't want your ex to have access to the same mailbox. So that's why at least another reason good to have an attorney to receive that kind of mail.
Yeah, so in regards to that, I work at a UPS store, so I send my mail here.
Okay, that's good then. All right, you already got that
So
covered.
you won't have access.
Yeah.
Yes.
Although there's no requirement to get divorced, I think it's probably because everyone's relationship is different. But by the time you file the 485 whatnot, they could ask you. They could ask if you still live with the spouse. So just keep that in mind, okay? Yeah, because
Understood.
the USCIS officer could.
It's a little bit complicated.
Yeah,
because
sure.
We share a child.
Yeah, it definitely living together doesn't mean the situation past did not happen for sure. So, but you just have to be ready for those kind of questions in the future. Alrighty. Okay, follow for more. Okay, thanks, Politics Watch.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care. Absolutely.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. So if you appreciate that kind of information, we really try to give you all the time to ask the question. For me, thank you for your patience. If you appreciate that, please tap the screen or click the like or whatever it is on your platform. Thank you so much. So look, y'all, if you are wondering if USCIS is scheduling an interview for any kind of family relationship case, yes, they are. I've got already like 6 this month. Like I think 2 per week. So I'm gonna roll. Let's get these approved for y'all, okay? So if you have filed your case by yourself, or you did have an attorney or a consultant help you, a notary help you, and you're like, shit. Well, maybe your attorney is like non-responsive. Someone just told me the other day their own attorney retired. So you just never know. All right. I do talk a little smack about attorneys because some of them suck. A lot of my homies, they do good work, but you want to make sure if you think you got something going on, contact your attorney, ask them questions, or schedule a meeting with them. Okay. And then, but yeah, look, if you don't have an attorney for the interview, a law firm to support you, at least for the interview, for the RFE, for the NOID, or even if an unfortunate situation you get denied, you need to contact our team ASAP. Don't fucking wait because you're on the live show. There's no excuses. All y'all on the live show. Go ahead and follow. Click whatever it is you got to on each platform. Follow, click the bell, because if you told your partner, your Pookie Bear, about me or the green card guys, and then you get this letter, hopefully they'll keep you accountable. They'll keep you accountable to contact us. Because if you contact us with 1 week to go and before the deadline, we are likely not going to be able to help you. Just straight up, okay? Don't waste your time. Tina asked about this other platform that did the paperwork that, and I don't know for sure, but there are some softwares out there, I guess, software companies to help you with the paperwork. But remember, yes, I mean, if you hire us as a law firm, we help you with the paperwork in that sense, right? But you for Tina's, I guess how you call it, software vendor, I guess, to help with the forms. I don't think those vendors have legal support. Okay, so especially in this shit storm of Trump, it's a little over 90 days. There's so many things that have changed. And you want to see our inbox? We've been getting a lot of questions from clients, and we're here to support you. That's okay. That's right, Tony. On YouTube, dude, I've been on this YouTube thing 2020, July 2020. So yes, if we could get the 20K subs on YouTube at least by mid-year, that'd be great. Or honestly, any of these platforms. But it's just, what do you call that? Vanity numbers. I just want to make sure I help y'all, point you in the right direction. Okay, so tap the screen if you can. All right, so we got someone waiting here. Let's get Secret on here. Hello, you got a party? Hello, Secret on TikTok.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can.
Okay, let me lower this TV.
Yeah, please.
Great. My question is that I got married last year, May 4th, and I put my husband's papers in the I-30 in 2024. I received a letter from them that they received it July 1st, 24th.
Uh-huh.
Oh, so I checked my case because I have the number and all that.
Uh-huh.
And then this year in February, I checked it, it said 5 months. Then later, for some reason, I ended up checking it again, and now it's saying 17 months. Is that accurate or what?
No, it's not. It's not accurate
No?
for you. It's not accurate for anyone. So you're talking about your online pro account, right? Where you type in your password to get in. It's not accurate for anyone. If anyone thinks it's accurate for you and it actually is accurate, come back to the channel, let me know. But everyone has told me it's not accurate for themselves after they checked and after I said this. Okay, so this might be your first time here. Well, is it?
Yes.
Welcome.
We do have a lawyer that we got,
Okay.
but I'm kind of uneasy about the lawyer we have because
What happened?
and the only reason why we got that lawyer was because my sister-in-law had that lawyer to help her with their papers, but their papers were way different because they did it through their son in the army.
Yeah.
But we never experienced any contact about anything about her, her calling us, letting us know, your case is not met.
Processing time
or whatever, because we're just waiting right now to see if the I-30 gets approved because he doesn't have any bad records, no DUI, no nothing, no criminal. And when they did that parole that was on that we that he did his back, his fingerprints and all that. So I don't know how long would it take to get a letter from them saying that he was approved for the I-30.
Okay, thank you for asking. So I think you said you filed it on July 2024? Around then, maybe?
No, we filed it before July, but we received a letter from them July 1st, and they said they go by that, I guess, that date that you received. And I received it in July 1st of 2024.
Okay, and then so this is you only filed petition, right? Did he?
Yes.
Did he enter without a visa? I think maybe you said parole.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, he did that. When Biden had they did that parole place that we did supposed to do, and then Trump took it away, and we did did his fingerprints and everything.
Yeah.
Did all that.
Well, to be honest, Trump did not take that one away. The court system did. One of the judges in Texas took it away in a sense. But no worries. I know for some people it makes no difference. But so that's good that your husband tried. You guys tried that. Okay, so we got a petition. You're a U.S. citizen, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so it says here, this is more accurate right here. This is from the online USCIS processing times webpage. This is more accurate than your online account. Okay, this has not changed for about 3 months, but for our petitions, usually about 12 months. Okay, is more accurate, but that's our case experience. Now, because you're aware of the default plan now, right? Because he entered without a visa. Then after this petition approved, then you got filed a waiver.
Yes,
the attorney
that
told
would be
you
that 601, right?
601A, which is this one.
601A.
Look how nifty this is. Sorry, it's backwards on TikTok and Instagram, but 36 months right now. So for us, with our team, while the petition, we know every step, every application takes a hell of a long time. While the petition is pending, we start the process preparing, but we cannot file this until a petition is approved. Most law firms don't do that way.
About that too, because like I said, our lawyer hasn't even called us and we could go ahead and file do the application I-601A. And do we also have to do the permit for him to get a permit to work at the same time?
No, you can't, unfortunately. Can't do that with because he entered without a visa. Yeah. So sorry about that, but
years he entered in 97 or 96.
Which country?
Came across him 3 times, so that was the 3rd time. Well, he made it across the 4th time.
Oh,
he tried. This was in 1998.
I'm trying to tell my conservative friends, when people want to try to come to America, they will make it. It just might take a couple times. So he's not the only one, of course. But I mean, I'm not trying to take have y'all change lawyers or not, but I just want to highlight some issues about other attorneys, unfortunately. So if you like schedule a meeting and they're not responsive to your preference, like, look, if it takes a week, if it takes 2 weeks to get back to you, that's a problem. For
But
us,
when I call, when
Mhm.
I ask questions and all that,
Mhm.
I have to, the secretary has to say that she's in the meeting or
Yeah.
whatever, and she'll
Uh-huh.
get back, and she never has. Got
And-
back, and I was telling him, I
Yeah.
don't know, there's something that I just don't feel comfortable.
It's frustrating, and
This
that
week,
lawyer's not the only one. I know a lot of great lawyers. There's some lawyers that join a live show here and these platforms. But things I advise my lawyer friends, like, yo, you need to have there's an appointment. This is 21st century. We use Calendly.
Uh-huh.
You can a client and art for us. You can self-schedule a meeting. You don't even have to call to schedule a meeting. How easy is that, right? And some lawyers freak out like, oh, but can they book like at 11 p.m.? Of course not. You can block it out, right? Like, we just want to make it easy for y'all. So
yeah, and we really put a lot of money into her. I mean, we really paid like $3,000.
Well, to be frank with you,
Yeah,
the
you
next
have-
process is going to be more. I don't know your contract, of course,
Yeah.
but generally the waiver
Well,
process.
it's a total of 6,000, but she goes steps first. Once we do that, the I-30 is approved, and then we have to do, like you say, that the 601A. Then she charges another 1,500,
Mm,
and then plus whatever the paperwork that we have to do that
Yeah.
costs us what we have to.
yeah. Yeah. Some lawyers do it like that, like step by step. We don't
Uh-huh.
do it that way. We do like more like actual payment plan, because let's say like by the time we get ready to that next step that we need to legally file something, someone might not have that
Uh-huh.
money ready, and we don't want
That's
to wait for that.
That's
So
what
like,
that's what I just told him.
yeah.
That right now his work, he's been there for 16 years already, but for some reason they're not doing good this year, so he's been off more and all that. By the time we have that money, when they said we're not going to have the money that she wanted, because that's
Yeah.
like I told him, we need to like save up like almost $4,000 to do what we have to do. Pay her what she's half what she's.
See, those are
plus the paperwork.
those are kind of considerations that our leadership team have done to help people out. That most lawyers don't think about. So, by the way, where are you located? A secret?
I live here in Wapato, Washington.
Oh, Washington. Okay. On the West Coast. Alrighty.
Yes.
Sounds good. Well, for anyone that's watching, I know attorneys, good lawyers that are in different states. Of course, I can't guarantee they do it exactly how I do it, but we help out clients wherever you live. Could be Alaska, Washington, New York. So hopefully you'll be okay, right? But don't wait for your lawyer, y'all. Just try to schedule a meeting, and then if you're wondering questions, look, y'all are half of y'all are already have a lawyer. And so it's, more the merrier. I don't mind answering y'all's questions. It's like going for surgery. I would like myself a second, third opinion just in case. So all good. Okay.
It's
Secret.
just something-
Follow for more. Okay.
Yeah.
Follow and click the plus sign. All right. Take care. Secret.
Okay, then if I do decide, so that you guys would tell us how much you guys cost,
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah. Basically, we charge this amount right here to talk to our client care specialists. They're not attorneys, but they can share the fees and whatnot. We used to not even charge for this, but some people don't show up, and that takes up the schedule. You know what I mean? So,
Yes.
but yeah,
Far away, so I won't.
yeah. Try to if you schedule during a live show, we'll charge that amount. If y'all wait, it could be higher, or it's supposed to be higher. So, yeah. But hopefully you don't need us. Up to you. All right. All right.
I was just wondering, but you don't know. So it'll be like maybe 12 months. So July the 1st would be a year. So will we probably receive anything before that or after that?
More likely to be around that time or after. Likely not before. I know it's a little bit different when, like, one of my clients today for 485 in the I-130. That's because the foreign national immigrant entered America with a visa. That's why it can be a little bit faster than what it shows.
It's like way back before where it was a lot easier,
Yeah.
you know, that.
Okay.
Been here since 97, I think.
All right. All right. Wish you the best. Okay, Secret. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Okay,
Bye bye.
thank you. Bye.
All right. So, Amanda, you got a great exit lawyer in New York. Please share your lawyer's contact if you don't mind. I always like to network with attorneys. Tina says also that your first time here. Welcome, Tina. You're out of Austin. I love Austin, just not so much the airport, or your increased traffic. You found out from our channel of another New York lawyer, New York City, or she's not in New York City. I think she's a little bit north of New York City. But I did a collab video with Latoya McBean Pompey. I love collabing with other attorneys because look, some attorneys I know are very specific of what they do. And you know, this, especially these days with Trump administration, what is it now? Like a little over 90 days. It's wild. It's wild with Trump. Like almost every day something pops off, like some kind of change, some kind of news that are like, we're trying to track like what's actually has changed and what is just talk, right? So if you have an attorney that you think I could collab with, please share. I would love it. Alex, yes, we do help with removal cases. We also help companies. If a company wants to sponsor you, or don't wait until the company tells you, because it likely won't. You're going to have to ask. If you have a non-immigrant visa right now, like J1, O1, and you want to switch to something else, like H1B registration just passed, you want to get ready for next year registration period, it's only like 2 to 3 weeks registration. It's such a frustrating system. That's where I'm here live show for so long. Oh my God, it's almost been 90 minutes. We got Kashmiri. And then Amity Sound, are you still working? Oh, Jim Hacking. Yes. We Jim Hacking and I have spoken. Yeah, you know what? I need to text Jim. He's great as well. Tony, is that how you found my channel? Okay, let's get. Wait, what happened here? Kashmiri? What's going on? I was about to invite you. Get you back on here. If only I could take a picture. What's up, Kashmiri?
I'm alright. How are you, sir?
Good. Thank you. How can I help you?
I just want to ask a question. It's I came here as a visitor visa, on a visitor visa,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm married with a U.S. citizen. So now it's been like 1 year, and I didn't apply for immigration.
Okay.
But I'm going to divorce.
Uh-huh.
So it's possible, like I can apply by myself the immigration, or not?
Based on what? Your work experience, or what? How are you trying to self-sponsor?
Like on a married, I can't, because it's been 1 year and like.
But you're
I
saying.
want to stay with my partner.
But you said you're getting divorced. Well, so someone earlier asked about VAWA, VAWA. Have you heard of that?
No.
So if you have been abused emotionally or physically abused, then you can file the VAWA application, Violent Against Women Act, which is gender neutral. Any gender can file for that. But I don't know your situation. I don't know why you're getting divorced. You don't have to share that on a live show, but that's something to consider. Okay. That one is self-petition. You don't need your ex-partner's signature. Okay.
Oh, all right.
Alrighty. Was I able to answer your question a little bit? Maybe?
I think, yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right, we'll schedule a
Yeah,
meeting if you need to. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Just like that. All right.
You based in Florida?
No, Houston, Houston,
Oh,
Texas. Where are you? Florida?
okay, but yeah.
Okay. Well, you can still contact us. We help a lot of people in other states. Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
You don't have any attorney in Florida?
No, I have other states, but actually yes, but she might be moving soon to Texas, actually. So,
Mm,
but yeah, we have meetings, virtually like this. We use Google Meet for right now,
okay.
and so otherwise you can fly here if you want to see me face to face. Alrighty. Thank you, Kashmiri. Take care.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Alrighty. Thank you so much for your questions. Shah Melina says I have 5 stars on Google. Yeah, well, I think 4.999 stars. We really try to please everyone, but we just can't. It's just hard. We really try. Alex, you have a removal case. Which city and state? What's up, JKC Motivation? All right, good to see you. I'm aware about your case. Let's see. Okay, Tony. Yeah, glad YouTube showed my channel to you then. Let's see here. All right, y'all. I was trying to see if Amity Sound, are you still on? Let's try to trying to find y'all's name. All right. Well, Ewan Kodin. I gotta charge my laptop. One moment. Ewan Kodin, you want to leave the U.S.? What's up with that? All right, we might need you to join live. Ewa Kodin, can you join live? Let's see, because I need to know more about your situation. Why are you trying to leave? Don't make it easy. Don't make it easy for Trump. Okay. Zion, I don't know. 8-9? There's usually a letter before then. You can Google search that one though. It's okay. Blister saying just leave. Well, if you overstay, why do you want to leave though? If you leave and you overstayed visa by 180 days or more, then you trigger the 3-year bar. If you overstay by 365 days or more, then you trigger the 10-year bar. Maybe you could apply for waiver. I'm not sure. Depends on your situation. Tina, how long is a call for the pre-qualify session? About 45 minutes to truly to understand y'all's situation, your story. If you call now, Tina, they get you in at 5. Yo, you schedule during live show, you call, less than a cup of coffee. We really make it easy. We make it so easy that even I tell my other attorney friends, do the same thing to help y'all out. Let me know if someone copies my process, how we do it. I'm always curious. You can't call until tomorrow. Okay. Well, DM. Oh wait, you can't DM. You're on YouTube. If you text in at that number, they'll get you. They'll help you out. Okay. Let's see. Rashid. This might be the last question. Rashid, you entered America 2003. You took the I-94 at the airport. with no fingerprints. Do you register yourself? You were non-immigrant visa then? You had non-immigrant visa? Is that why you have I-94? Then you shouldn't have to register. Mary, you made it. Barely. I was about to get off. I have to leave I have to end the live show soon. But Mary, you got a question? Ask now, or forever hold your peace. Kashmiri, I am curious though why you're getting divorced, but you don't have to share on the live show. Maybe you can DM. Donna B, how long does it take to get a date to do your medical interview? Are you abroad? Is that what you're talking about? So in general, I don't know if this answers your question, but you don't schedule a medical exam abroad until you get the visa appointment first. And then you try to schedule at least 2 to 3 days before the actual interview for your medical appointment, okay? If you can schedule earlier, essentially as soon as you get that interview date abroad at the embassy or consulate, you call them one of those medical clinics that are available. For some locations, they have like 2 or 3, but some might only have 1 medical clinic. All right. Donna, you're in Jamaica. Okay. So a couple weeks ago, someone author asked us to help out. They filed themselves. Come to find out, they had been waiting. He or she might be out here, but I feel like I have to tell y'all this part. Okay, I'm not going to reveal names, but here, they accidentally waited too long, like a couple years. It's because the government does not tell you on their website, like step by step. It may seem like that because the websites look clean and like, oh, they should have all information. They don't. So this new client had been waiting about a couple of years. So we of course had to reassess and provide a new strategy plan. All right. So sometimes you might think, oh, should we sue? Sometimes it's not suing. Suing is not the answer for everything, even though we love to do it. Okay. Adriana on Instagram, how can you understand how much it takes to be invited to be interview? Your CR1. I kind of don't understand what you mean by that question. Like what is it? Like what are the steps to get scheduled for interview? You should schedule a meeting for that. Okay. I got to get to a meeting with my team. So thank you so much. They're probably waiting on me right now. Like, John, hurry the hell up. All right. Thank you so much. If I did not answer your question, I apologize. You might have one in the future. Please schedule a meeting. One of these, if you want to directly talk to an attorney, it does cost 3-digit. All right. Otherwise, just join the next live show. Peace.